Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of 20 minus 9. So I want to find the answer to this problem. So I'm going to first start by rewriting 2 to the power of 20 as 2 to the power of 10 times 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So 2 to the power of 10 times 2, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 10 to the power of 2. And now I have this minus 9, which is the same thing as 3 squared. Now, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, a is 2 to the power of 10, and b is 3. So I get 2 to the power of 10 plus 3 times 2 to the power of 10 minus 3. Now, 2 to the power of 10 is equal to 1024. So I get 1024 plus 3 times 1024 minus 3. And this is equal to 1027 times 1021. Now, we can obviously multiply this like in this form, but there is a simpler way to multiply these two numbers. So what I'm going to do is rewrite this as 1000 plus 27 times 1000 minus 21. Or sorry, 1000 plus 21. And now this way, I can distribute. So 1000 times 1000 is 1000 squared, plus 21 times 1000, plus, now I'm going to distribute the 27, so I get 27 times 1000, plus 27 times 21. Now, 1000 squared, that's equal to 1 million. Plus 21 times 1000 is 21,000. Plus 27 times 1000 is 27,000. Plus 27 times 21 is 567. Now, I'm going to add all these up. So 21 plus 21,000 plus 27,000 is 48,000. So I have that plus 567, which is equal to 1,048,567. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 9 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x is equal to 4 to the power of x. Now, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by 4 to the power of x. So now I have 9 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is equal to 4 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x. So then these two cancel out. So now I have 9 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is equal to 1. Now, if I have something in the form a minus b over c, this can be written as a over c minus b over c. So 9 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x, that can be written as 9 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x. This is equal to 1. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So 9 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x, that's going to equal 9 over 4 to the power of x. And 6 over x over 4 to the power of x, that's going to equal 6 over 4 to the power of x. Now 6 over 4, the greatest common factor of these two is 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, or sorry, not 3. The greatest common factor is 2. 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. So 6 over 4 simplifies to 3 over 2. And we still have 9 over 4 to the power of x. Now for 9 over 4, 9 is equal to 3 squared, and 4 is equal to 2 squared. So I have 3 squared over 2 squared to the power of x minus 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1. Now, remember, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So 3 squared over 2 squared, that is going to equal 3 over 2 squared, and we have this to the power of x. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. And these two are interchangeable, meaning this is also equal to a to the power of n times m. So if all of this is true, then this must mean that a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m. So right here we have 3 over 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, and that is going to be equal to 3 over 2 to the power of x to the power of 2. Then we still have minus 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1. Now I'm going to let 3 over 2 to the power of x equal the variable u. So now I have u squared minus u is equal to 1. And now I can subtract 1 on both sides, so I get u squared minus u is equal to, u squared minus u minus 1 is equal to 0. So now I have a quadratic equation, and I can go ahead and plug this into the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So in this case, a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 1, and c is equal to negative 1. So I have, if I plug these values in, negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1. All of this divided by 2 times 1. Now, negative of negative 1 is positive 1. So I have positive 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Divided by 2 times 1 is 2. This is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 4 over 2. This is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So u is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. Now remember, we set u equal to 3 over 2 to the power of x. So right here we have, this is actually two solutions. We have 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, and we have 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. So let's start with 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. So I have 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2 is equal to 3 over 2 to the power of x. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take the log of both sides. So I have log 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to log 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. Now, if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can move this exponent b to the front of the logarithm. So this would equal b times log a. So now I'm going to move this exponent x to the front of the logarithm. So now I have x times log 3 over 2 is equal to log 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. Now, I actually took, when I said log on both sides, this was to the base of 3 over 2. So if I have x times log base 3 over 2 of 3 over 2, these two will simply cancel out, and this is also base 3 over 2. And I will have x times 1 is equal to log base 3 over 2 of 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. So now this means that x is equal to log base 3 over 2 of 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. Now, this is the same thing as x is equal to log 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 divided by log 3 over 2. And if I have something in the form log a over b, this is equal to log a minus log b. Meaning log of 1 plus square root of 5 over 2, that's going to equal log 1 plus square root of 5 minus log 2, and log 3 over 2, that's going to equal log 3 minus log 2. Now this is equal to 0.51 minus 0.301 divided by 0.4771 minus 0.307. And if you simplify this, you get x is equal to 1.868. Now we got to take a look at our second equation, which is 1 minus square root of 5 over 2. Now if 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 minus square root of 5 over 2, well, this is actually not possible because the 1 minus square root of 5, that is going to be a negative number. And you can't take the power of a positive number and make it a negative number. So meaning this has no solution, and our only solution is x equals 1.868.